A leading Christian campaign group has said that the system for vetting asylum seekers who are basing their claim on having converted to Christianity needs to be strengthened. It comes after Sky News obtained documents showing the detailed arguments for why Abdul Ezedi was granted asylum in the UK, despite being a convicted sex offender. He went on to attack a woman and 2 children with a chemical in South London in January. Sky's communities correspondent Becky Johnson has this report.
Abdul Ezedi was granted asylum on the word of the vicar who baptised him. Court documents reveal Ezedi's sex offence convictions were barely mentioned in his asylum appeal hearing. The focus was his claim to have converted to Christianity, but he couldn't even answer simple questions about the religion. A record of a Home Office interview revealed Ezedi could only name 4 of the 12 disciples of Jesus. When asked what the Bible says God created on the 3rd day, he replied, Good Friday and Easter Sunday and Resurrection Day.
That should count against him.
The campaign group Christian Concern believes the church has been damaged by its support of Ezedi.
I think, sadly, this kind of thing has brought the church into disrepute because it's seen that the church has helped some people whose claim to asylum isn't justified and they haven't actually genuinely converted.
His organisation publicly backs other asylum seekers, like this Iranian man.
Jesus, give me a life.
But believes proof of conversion must be more rigorous. So what more do churches need to do to check?
In the baptisms, somebody who's a convert ought to renounce their former faith. They ought to have to say something like, I renounce Islam, I renounce Muhammad, he's not a prophet. And that would be harder for somebody who's a fake convert to publicly state.
Ezedi's immigration history came to light after he carried out this chemical attack in Clapham in January. Following that, the Home Secretary met church leaders to raise his concerns, with senior clergy forced to defend themselves in Parliament earlier this month.
Questions about whether taxpayers are being scammed by the government, others saying that, you attend Mass once a week for a few months and bingo, you're signed off by a member of the clergy. It's just not true.
But answers are being demanded from the Home Office too. In 2017, Ezedi's first asylum attempt was refused, but he wasn't removed from the UK. And in 2018, when he was convicted of sexual assault and exposure, his sentence wasn't long enough for immediate deportation. That meant he could stay and was baptised as a Christian to make a new asylum claim, which was rejected by the Home Office in 2020, but granted on appeal later that year. Now we know why that decision was made. Questions remain about whether the system that allowed this man to remain in Britain is fit for purpose. Becky Johnson, Sky News.